Peace. Good evening. What time is it? It's 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Good evening, family. I hope all is well. Hope you had an awesome day today. Hope you had a great day. Hope you got a lot done. I just got back from Africa. Got back yesterday evening. Arrived at 4 o'clock p.m. Just want to give a shout out to everybody. Let's get some more people in the chat room. Let's see here. See what we got going on here, everyone. You said audio is bad? Press 1 if you can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Is the audio bad? Press 1 if you can hear me. Hold on 1 second. Oh, let me shout out to Fabian, everybody. Let me adjust the mic real quick. Hopefully this is better. Is that better? I'm saying, is that better? Family, is that better? You said it's worse than usual. Shout out to O'Shea Du Jackson, everybody. The year of infrastructure, no dusty struggle streaming in 2021. Keep talking. Okay, we're good. Okay, all right. Hopefully we're good. I apologize if the sound is off. If it's off, let me know and I will go grab another mic. So just let me know, everyone. But anyways, thank you for joining. Just got back from Africa, had a great time. As you guys know, I am now a citizen of the great country of Sierra Leone. All right, I am now a Sierra Leonean citizen. So it is a blessing. I am a dual citizen on the continent. So Nigeria and Sierra Leone, I am officially citizen in those two countries, and it is a blessing, everyone. It is a blessing, everyone. So I'm a citizen in those two countries. But before we get started, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you go to dynastymir.com. I hear nothing, just a black screen. That's on your end, Kamisha. Make sure you go to dynastymir.com. Like, share, and subscribe, family. Patreon.com. Search for who. Let me get this banner going. Also, tour, Sierra Leone, April 21st to the 30th, April 21st through the 30th. We will be in Sierra Leone. Come and join us, family. Again, come and join us in Sierra Leone, everyone. Come and join us. Had an exciting time in Sierra Leone. Had a very exciting time because I was just in Sierra Leone end of November. So end of November, I went to go visit Sierra Leone. I come back. I went to Sierra Leone, Gambia, and Senegal, right? Again, I went to Sierra Leone, Gambia, and Senegal. That was end of November, early December. I come back and I get a phone call say, hey, the ceremony for citizenship is going to be January 5th. I said, okay, I'll be there. So I bought another ticket that same day. So I just came back from Sierra Leone, about 7 days prior. And I'm like, okay, well, I got to go right back. So I went right back. We had our ceremony. Absolutely beautiful. The president spoke. Got to meet the president. We had a nice lunch at the Presidential Lodge. I mean, it was a great time. It was a great time. So again, now I am a citizen of Sierra Leone. Also, while I was in Sierra Leone, well, after during this past trip. Left Sierra Leone, also went to Ghana, Togo, and Benin Republic, and had a great time in those countries as well. Went to the Voodoo Festival. It was a revised version of the Voodoo Festival, but we still had a great time in Benin Republic. It was an awesome time. So yeah, citizen. I am now a dual citizen on a continent, and it is a great feeling. It is a great feeling. And some people are asking, well, Dinas, why are you a dual citizen in Africa? I'm like, it's my birthright. It's my inheritance. It's my inheritance. It's my birthright. That's why. That is why. That is why I am a dual citizen in Africa, a dual citizen on the continent. It's my birthright. It's my inheritance. That's why. So, like I said, went to Ghana. I had a great time in Ghana. So a lot of my trip was impromptu. So it wasn't really so for sure, Sierra Leone was planned, but everywhere else wasn't really planned. So went to Ghana last minute. Wasn't for sure if I was going to go to Benin Republic, but I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did. Somebody says, please tell us what we would be experiencing with you in Sierra Leone. We'll go over the, so for people who don't know, I have a tour coming up to Sierra Leone, April 21st to the 30th, April 21st through the 30th. Again, April 21st through the 30th, Sierra Leone tour. Come and join us. Let's see here for details. Go to searchforhuru.com. You can go to searchforhuru.com for details on the tour to Sierra Leone. In fact, let's go ahead and share the screen real quick. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and share the screen real quick. So if you go to searchforhuru.com, again, go to searchforhuru.com. And if you click on learn more, so here's the flyer right here for the tour. April 21st to the 30th, celebrating Sierra Leonean Independence Day. It's going to be the 60th year anniversary of independence. So you're going to click on learn more. Hold on one second. Let me do this. Click learn more. Then here's the actual information right here. All right, so here's the actual itinerary. So we plan on departing everybody together from Atlanta. It's going to be Atlanta or New York. So we're all going to meet together and fly on the same plane to Freetown. So going through France, come to Freetown. We're going to be staying at the Radisson Blu. Beautiful hotel. We'll arrive on the 22nd, 23rd, Chimpanzee Sanctuary. We're going to see the Sierra Leone Peace Museum. And then we'll go to Lumley Beach, have a group dinner. The 24th, we're going to do a historic downtown Freetown tour led by Brother Fode. He's going to take us through downtown, central Freetown, Cotton Tree, National Museum, King Jimmy, do some shopping. On the 25th, we're going to Bo, Sierra Leone. All right, so we're going to go to Bo on the 25th. 26th, we're going to do Bunch Island. And guys, for people who are like, okay, what's Bunch Island? What's this, what's that? I have videos on the on this itinerary. And then also too, there's a playlist. I have a Sierra Leone playlist as well that has these landmarks. 27th, we're gonna go river number 2. Then we're gonna go to the highest peak in Freetown, which is a beautiful view. And then we're gonna celebrate Independence Day. On the 28th, Lighthouse, but we're gonna do more that day too. And the reason why, because I mean, Independence Day is on the 27th, so I know we're gonna be partying all night. So I'm pretty sure we'll get up very late. So we'll do Lighthouse, we'll do some stuff around Lumley, some more sightseeing. Then on the 29th, business symposium. So a lot of you want to know, how do I invest in Sierra Leone? How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I set up a business bank account? We'll go through that on the 29th. Then we're going to head to the airport, and we will be back in Atlanta or New York on the 30th. So that's the itinerary, everyone. That is the itinerary. That is the itinerary. No, I do not have a private jet. That is the itinerary, everyone. That is the itinerary. So come and join us. Come and roll. Go to searchforwho.com, hit me up, and I will get back to you. Again, I will get back to you. Hit me up, and I will get back to you. So 2021 is the year of building infrastructure. Something tangible. Something that when you come to Sierra Leone, you can say, that's Dynas's building right there. So 2021, we're acquiring land and we're building. So that's what we're doing in 2021. So that's why it's going to be the year of building. Again, 2021 is going to be the year of building. So come and join. Come and experience it. Like I said, ground is being broken 2021. And that's what we're doing, everybody. But again, Sierra Leone had a beautiful time. Received my citizenship. Great experience. Acre, Global Black African Empowerment. So that's what we're doing. We're not going to be on here long, so we'll go ahead and open up the lines right now. Guys, please forgive me. I am still somewhat jet lagged. I've been on flight after flight after flight after flight. So I flew from Freetown, and it's interesting. So I flew from Freetown straight to London, to Heathrow. And London is going on pretty much full lockdown come Monday. So all my UK people, from my understanding, London is going on full, pretty much lockdown on Monday. So I went to London right before the lockdown. I don't think you're not even going to be able to fly out of the UK or even travel outside of the UK unless, from my understanding, it's business related. So I flew from Freetown to Britain. Who is this? I'm going to call him back. So I flew from Freetown to Britain, to Heathrow, to London, and then from London directly to Atlanta. And I don't know why I can't sleep on planes for some reason. Again, for some reason, I cannot sleep on planes. I can't. I cannot get any sleep on planes. So, and the tour is 4K. The tour is 4K, and that includes your flight, accommodations. So that's what we're doing. If you guys want to call in, Mahuru at searchforwho.com, Mahuru at searchforwho.com. Go ahead and send me an email, and I will send you a link. Who that search for who.com. Don't dry snitch on yourself, Diana. How am I dry snitching on myself? How am I dry snitching on myself? Yeah, I mean, I flew from the UK. I flew from Freetown to the UK, and then UK straight to Atlanta. That's why I got here. But guys, go ahead and call in. Send me an email if you want to call in. Again, guys, go ahead and send me an email if you'd like to call in and ask a question. Again, go ahead and call in. Send me an email if you'd like to call in. Send me an email if you would like to call in, family. If they're so concerned about COVID, they're not even really checking for yellow fever anymore. Again, they're so concerned about COVID that they're not even checking for yellow fever anymore. So, oh no, hold on. The ship will sail. Whatchamacallit, the new COVID strain was already over here. Again, the new COVID strain was already over here. And in fact, before I left the UK, I had to take a COVID test. So if you're coming from the UK to America, you have to show proof that you don't have COVID. You don't have COVID. So you have to show a negative COVID test. Again, you have to show a negative COVID test. Yeah, and from my understanding now, as far as with yellow fever, they're trying to charge like over $300 for a yellow fever shot. I remember when I got my yellow fever shot back in 2012, I think it was maybe like $75 when I got it in Los Angeles. But now they're talking about they're having shortages. Yellow fever shot shortages now in here in America. Do you have to take COVID test in Sierra Leone? Yes, you do. If you're in Sierra Leone more than 3 days, you have to take a COVID test to leave the country, and they check for it. And you have to also take one before when you arrive. Yeah, that's crazy. $350 for a COVID test. I mean, not a COVID test. Yellow fever vaccine. Like I said, when I first took my yellow fever vaccine back in 2012, it was like $75. What if people want to stay a little longer in Sierra Leone for the tour? You're more than welcome to. That's on you. Yellow fever shots cost went up because of a shortage. I guess so. That's crazy. Like I said, I remember the first time I went in 2012, it was $75 for a yellow fever shot. That's it. Now it's $350. Yeah, but they're not even really checking for it because they're so concerned about COVID. They want to see your COVID situation. That's what they want to see. They want to see that COVID paperwork. Before you arrive, the COVID test is like $80. To leave out of the country, the COVID test is $50. Now, Ghana's on that BS. Ghana's COVID test was $150. In fact, Ghana's COVID test is more than a COVID test in the UK. Ghana's on that bull, you know what? Again, Ghana is on that bull, you know what? With that whatchamacallit, $150 COVID test. $150 COVID test, man. That's some BS. Yeah, Ghana's on that BS. $150 COVID test. Yeah, whatever. I just sent the link out to somebody. Go ahead and call in, and let's continue the conversation, family. Again, let's continue the conversation. But yeah, had a great time in Sierra Leone. Can't wait to go back. I cannot wait to go back. Yeah, $150 for a COVID test. That's a shame. Ghana should be ashamed of themselves. So, all right, I just sent the link out, so we're waiting on you. Go ahead and call in, guys. Please hit that like button again. Please hit that like button. In. I apologize for not really uploading content the past, I think like 5 days or something like that. I apologize for that. Please forgive me. Don't beat me up. Take it easy on me. Please take it easy on me. Which African country I like the most? I like Sierra Leone and Nigeria. Those are my two favorite countries. All right, living by continental. Go ahead, brother. Can't hear you.
Hey, Prince Dinas, how you doing, my man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. And welcome back from Sierra Leone, which is my home. I'm up in Chimney.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So how was now? I noticed you said that you got well, I know you got citizenship with Nigeria as well, right?
Right.
And then you have Sierra Leone. And now my concern, well, what I want to ask you is because my wife, she's from Uganda. And this year I go for citizenship for Uganda. But in
Okay.
Uganda, in order to have citizenship, you can only have Uganda plus, like me, America. Uh,
Okay.
Now, my friend, you interviewed him a little while back, Prince. I'm sorry, Chief Fode. He had hit me a few weeks
Okay.
ago, was asking me if I was going to come for the citizenship in Sierra Leone because I qualified because of my DNA as well. But my
Okay.
concerns having the or going for the Ugandan citizenship and having the U.S. citizenship, then that would make me dual. Getting the Sierra Leone citizenship, would that cancel out one of my? Would that cancel out my Ugandan citizenship, for example?
I mean, that's up to you. That's up to Uganda to actually enforce it.
Oh, so they have to enforce it.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, because that was my concern. Because I wanted to get the Sierra Leonean citizenship also because I am, that's my birthright as well.
Uh-huh.
And I, do need to get the Uganda. My wife and my son are from Uganda, so that's important for me.
Yeah. I mean, that's between you and Uganda.
Okay, okay, yeah. So yeah, that's why that was my main question to you. But yeah, other than that, man, I was down there in Sierra Leone a few years ago. I haven't been back since. I plan on going next year, not this year, because we have a few other obligations this year. But I plan on going next year. So, maybe I'll join one of the trips that you have for 2022.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Come and join us. Now, brother, I'm being nosy. Please forgive me, but I just when you say obligation, like what do you got going? Like I know I'm being nosy. But I just
Oh no, no, it's all good. It's all good. Well, we just had we have three children. I have a 19-year-old from a previous marriage. So he's in college now. So we live both in Uganda and America,
okay.
because yes, because of that. So then we have a 2-year-old and we just had an 8-month-old. So
Okay.
we're between we usually spend 6 months in Uganda and 6 months in America. So that's how
Well, let me ask you this: how long were you doing that for? How long have you had that arrangement?
actually I started going to Uganda in 2013. That was my first time going down there. And when I started going down there, the first year I only went down there. I think I stayed for 1 month.
Uh
Year
huh.
2014, I stayed down there. I went back instantly because I fell completely in love with Uganda. And I stayed down there for about 4 or 5 months. So each year after that, I was down there 6 months and here 6 months. Met my wife in 2015 in Uganda. We got married right afterwards. So we've been married since 2016. And then upon marrying her, I would spend half the year there and then half the year here in the US. So then that became like a routine. So
Did
then
she come back? Did she come back with you to the U.S. or no?
in 2019, I applied for her for a spousal visa in 2018, and she was approved late 2018. But we had to wait for our 2 year old to get his birth abroad citizenship. So he didn't get his birth abroad until January 2019. So once he got his birth abroad, then I brought both of them here in 2019, January 22nd. From there, they've been here, and then we've been, keeping that routine of half a year, half a year.
Okay. Now your older was, I think, son, the 19-year-old.
19, yeah.
When you were going back and forth, like in 2013, 2014, 2015, did you bring him out at all or no?
I No, because his mother wouldn't allow him to get a passport.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, we'll talk offline. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So the mom will let you.
right, right, right. Now he's legal. He's old enough to make decisions on his own, but he's in school. He just, he's in Jackson State now. So that's his
Okay.
obligation.
Are you from Jackson? Are you from Jackson?
St. Louis.
So he's from St. Louis too. Your son?
Louis. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Now I got family outside of Jackson City called Terry. So
Okay. Okay. So you asked me what was my obligation. So now my wife, no, both of us, we have businesses here in America. Then we have businesses in Uganda as well. So she have a fashion business here, and so she have clients here. Then she also have a fashion business in Uganda. Then we have a couple other things we do in Uganda, candy manufacturing company where we make chocolate candy. And then we have a couple pieces of land. One, we are going to do a poultry farm and a few other things that we do, down there. So when we come back here in 6 months, we leaving in February to go back home to Uganda. We'll be there 6 months. Then we'll come back here for 6 months to run the businesses here. So as my traveling schedule is kind of tighter now, really
okay.
with her from here. My family's here, but it's I don't want to leave her here, and I'm out the country. And although my family will take very good care of her, as a husband, as a man, I have that obligation where I want to be here to make sure she's protected my way. That makes sense.
All right. Right. How has it been with her being in America? Like,
Well, she went through depression, being here. Being out of Uganda, it's a huge difference. You've been to many parts of Africa, to a couple different countries in Africa. As I follow your show, so the
mhm.
same with her coming here is a huge difference. Like one of the things she say is like when you go outside your house, there's nobody there. The streets are empty. She's not used
Right.
to that. In Uganda, just like Sierra Leone, when you go out the house, everyone's there. It's a community. I
Right.
can't even play. It's no, I don't care if you live in a white neighborhood or a black neighborhood. A lot of people think because you live in a black neighborhood, you worry about the violence. Your kids can't go out to play because of the violence. But when you live in a white neighborhood, you got to worry about the pedophiles. So it's hard to be in any community here and let your
Man,
children
you got to
be.
worry about pedophiles in the black community too.
Yeah, of course, of course. No, I definitely understand that. But they're more prevalent in the white communities. Now, they are there in the black community, and don't get me wrong, we don't discount that at all. But I was just giving the comparison that the violence is more so concerned in the black community that's out there. That's where you can see. And then in the white communities, the biggest concern is racism, pedophilia, things like that are your biggest concerns. So, um, those type of things really drive her because in Uganda we don't have to worry about a lot of those things.
Right. Okay. Yeah, brother. Well, hey, I appreciate you coming on, man. I'm gonna hit you up offline too.
Like, peace, bro.
All right, no problem. All right, a greater migration. Go ahead.
Good evening.
How are you?
Peace. I'm blessed. I'm really blessed. Happy to be here with you. Welcome back to the States.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I have a few questions about infrastructure in Sierra
Hmm.
Leone. I've never been yet. Heading over there soon. We'll probably see you.
Okay.
Probably be there for that month of April. Um, and so I noticed just doing YouTube research, it seemed like folk were just discovering waterfalls in areas that they hadn't been able to access. Sounds like the roads are really underdeveloped, and there's a lot of opportunity because there's just this raw, beautiful land full of natural resources. Um, And I think that because of, the Civil War and Ebola, people have been sort of, turning a blind eye, to the opportunities and the beauty of the land and the people there. And so, considering, regarding the healthcare and the education, but I guess more so the healthcare and maybe even sanitation are probably more important issues. What do you think is what's the best strategy if African Americans were to work together to collectivize, to pull resources together to make a contribution regarding the larger infrastructure for Freetown? Do you have any immediate thoughts of where you would like to focus your energy if you were able to drop a couple $1 million into a project with a real solid timeline and really give people substantial jobs and make an impact?
I will focus on hospitality.
Hmm.
I think hospitality and tourism in Freetown, because Freetown is just, oh man, it's the most beautiful place I've ever stepped foot on. So,
What
you
about,
know,
have you been up there,
beware.
McKinney?
I have not though.
And do you feel like the Chinese and all the Lebanese, the other folk who are there, are they positioned to are they well positioned right now in Freetown?
In 2021, I'm not going to worry about what other groups of people are doing. I don't know.
Hmm. I mean, I do think something that we should be concerned for doing, especially as it impacts the environment. So, for example, I'm seeing um, some Asian folk, running the mining, the gold and the diamonds. And within that process, sometimes chemicals are used that render the soil unarable or render the water um, toxic, for human consumption. And it really can impact folk. I mean, and that's the sort of thing that will impact your tourism business, or it could.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think if another group of people are in some if they're in, or I guess they're involved with some type of industry or sector, then I guess it'll be up to us to replace them. So I mean, I don't know. I can't. I'm not focusing on other groups of people anymore now.
Hmm. I hear you. I hear that. Maybe that's not everybody's, not everybody's battle.
Mhm. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. What I mean, I see Lebanese people. I saw some Chinese people, but it's to the point now if they're I guess a threat or whatnot, then I guess the only option is to replace them. Until we start doing that, it's really a mute point now.
Hmm. Did you get a chance to visit farms in Sierra Leone?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think food production is important too. But I just like right now for me, it's going to be tourism, hospitality, um, real estate, and then getting into media as well. But food as far as arable land and farming is definitely open as well. It will be a great opportunity as well.
Hmm. So are you planning on resort?
Yeah, I definitely want to do that eventually. Yeah, absolutely.
Can you speak to the, relative costs of the land per acre from what you're seeing at this point?
It depends on where you're at. Like it depends where you're at. If it's commercial, residential, it just again it just depends on where you're at and what you're trying to do.
And is it a system that is locally governed by chiefs, or is it all locally, do you interact with chiefs to purchase and transfer titles to the land?
Again, it just depends where you're buying the land. When you go outside of Freetown, then yeah, you are dealing with more land where you will be dealing with a chief or certain I would say council of chiefs. The more you venture outside of Freetown, so it just depends where you're buying the land.
Okay. And do you feel like there's a variance, like, beachfront land versus other land um, in Freetown? Do you think that, the beachfront land is likely to be more pricey, or is it all underutilized and sort of on the same spectrum of value to the local folk?
Um, I would say it. I mean, yeah, I would say depending where the beachfront property is definitely going to have a higher premium because it's beachfront. If you have you been to Sierra Leone?
No, not yet.
Yeah, I mean, when you see the beaches, it's just it's a reason why the premium is there's more of a premium placed on beachfront property because it's just people are starting to find the value of beachfront property. So it's going to have a higher price point, but it's still affordable compared to everywhere else as far as what you're getting. Because I mean, Sierra Leone has the most beautiful beaches in Africa. Zanzibar would be a close second. Well, not a close second; it'll be second. But from where I've been, I've been up and down West Africa. I've been through East Africa some. I've been to, they were saying that Clifton Beach was the most beautiful beach in South Africa. Freetown by far has the most beautiful beaches that you'll see.
Mhm.
So, with that being said, it's affordable as far as the land, um, the beachfront property.
Mhm. And have you ever stayed like in the village with the folk, with the local tribes folk in Sierra Leone, or have you experienced mostly the hotels and Airbnb sort of
No,
environments?
I spent time in I would say, the rural village areas in Bo, Sierra Leone.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, well, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
no problem. Thank you for joining. All right, guys, hit that like button as you come to the chat room. Please hit that like button uh, as you come into the chat room. And my Liberian brother, I just sent you the link. I just sent you the link. There's a guy bought a right for mining in Guinea, West Africa for about $1 million and sold it to another company for over $2 billion. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. And also too in Sierra Leone, you have to be a citizen on land. You have to be a citizen to own land outright in Sierra Leone. You have to be a citizen. Now, if you're a foreigner, you can lease land, but in order to own land, you have to be a citizen. So that's how it works in Sierra Leone. The Great African, I just sent you a link. Again, I just sent you the link, Great African. Yes, some Sierra Leone's are origin from Nigeria. So I'm part of a Yoruba society in Sierra Leone, in Freetown. I'm part of a secret society that's Yoruba based. So Freetown, here goes brother. Great African, go ahead, brother.
Hey, cool. Welcome back, Diners.
Appreciate it, man.
Cool. Hey, um, so I'm getting some feedback here.
No, you sound good.
Okay, good. So, so basically, man, free like Sierra Leone, Liberia, we have something similar that gives we black people and black people in the diaspora an advantage over some of the foreigners that we have so much concern about, like the Chinese,
Right.
the Lebanese. We really can't focus on them. See, the thing about them, they can only be renters. Okay.
Right. And let me interject real quick. So
Yeah.
a lot of people in Liberia, especially in Liberia and Sierra Leone, they'll see Lebanese faces, but not knowing that that land and oftentimes the actual physical structure is owned by locals and they're paying rent to
Correct.
the locals. Right.
Correct. So I mean, Liberia, Sierra Leone, that's the best. I mean, I'm a Liberian, I own land, I'm doing a business, but if I was an African American, somebody from the Caribbean looking into Africa, those would be two places that I would look at seriously. Number one, because as a black person, okay, if you read the preamble of the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia, it was set up as a settlement for people, as a refuge, to seek refuge from white supremacy. Okay. And that is
Mm-hmm.
why we have the Negro clause in the Constitution. Okay. So what do we need to do? We have to organize ourselves here in America to go back because everything takes money. Okay. One man cannot be an army. Okay.
Right.
So if we can, I mean, if there's anybody on this chat room that is that knows about investment, how to set up an investment instrument where somebody can like you don't have to move to Africa, but maybe you might have $2,000 that you want to invest in a business to do it in a secure way so we can set that platform up. That's one way that we can collaborate. Okay, because for what I'm looking at doing, I'm in the agribusiness aspect of it. I know that in Liberia, it's a $300 million business. Is no $300 million is what Liberians spend on an annual basis to import rice, and
Right.
we're importing 90% of it. But we have the perfect growing condition. We are the people that were enslaved to grow rice in America. Today, America is the number one producer, or not the number one producer, but the most efficient producer of rice.
Right.
So I'd be interested to know about any Black Americans in this country who are growing rice or that are farmers or anything like that, because we could use some of that expertise back in Liberia. So, I mean, my passion is agriculture. Like for example, you're like the tourism aspect. There's everything is wide open.
Right.
Okay, 60% of the available farmland on the planet Earth is in Africa. Okay, 60% of farmland that has not been developed is in Africa. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so the world has to eat. The world's going to depend on Africa to feed it. So
Right.
are we going to sit back and say, oh well, the Chinese are going to come up and they're going to invest in agriculture. They're going to do whatever they're going to do. But what are we as Black people in the diaspora going to do about that? I mean, how are we going to organize ourselves? So we need to figure out a way to get all this enthusiasm that we have set up a structure that's transparent where The average person can say, hey, I got $500. Let me put it in and see what I can get back out of it. Okay. So, I mean, I'm just putting out a call out there. Any brothers or sisters out there that know how to set up these structures. I'm in the financial services industry, but I do mortgage. Is not, that's not my area. So somebody within our group must have those expertise to set something up where there's accountability, where you can go in and buy shares. That might be one of the ways that we can do it, but we can't do any of these things without money. And
Right.
if I get 100 people, okay, to put in $1,000, that's $100,000. Okay, if I get 1,000 people to do it, we got $1 million. Okay,
Right.
so it's just a matter of finding a way to create a vehicle where people can invest. Okay,
What do you think, Great African, like a trust, like an investment trust, or?
Yeah, like an investment trust. I'll give you an example. I could have a business that I'm saying, okay, I'm going to put up 25% of this business up for sale, right? So we value the business as $1 million, and we say, okay, we need to raise $250,000. So we're putting up 25% of the business up. Okay. So if you put $1,000 in, if you come in and say, hey, you know what, I'm putting up 250,000, then you own 25% of the business. So we just
Right.
put up 25% of the business for sale. Okay. And you can have groups, like for instance, let's say somebody comes in and say, okay, I got 25 people who got $1,000 each. So we got a $25,000 block of investors. Okay. That will put you on the board of directors. Your group can say, okay, we want to take a trip. We're going to send 1 or 2 people to Africa, to Liberia, to check up on the project, and so you have a voice in it. You can visit, you can meet with management, you can do all of those different things. But it's just an idea that I'm throwing out there because I feel like our heart is in the right place. Okay. We yearn to be involved in Africa. Okay. But we don't have the vehicle to do it. And everybody's doing their own individual things. And some people are doing great things. But how can I, like for instance, what you're doing, Dinus, how can I invest in your business in a way that I'll feel secure to do it, right? And get some type of return. Even if I don't get a huge return, I feel like, okay, cool, I'm contributing to the modern processing and development of Sierra Leone, right?
Right.
So that's where I think we can take this discussion from where is that now, where we all feel good, and then we actually put some boots on the ground, and start doing something that makes we can put a dent in it. When there was Ebola in Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Liberia, okay, do you know one of the most offensive things that I saw was in the Asian countries that import rice to our countries, their number one concern was if we don't stop this Ebola thing, all our customers are going to die. You understand? Because they're the ones, that's how we get our rice. You see? So I'm just throwing it out there. I think we need to figure out a way to put our money where our mouth is, but do it in a more secure way, I guess, is what I'm saying.
I agree, brother. I agree.
Yeah. Welcome back. And,
Man, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Bro, I'm telling you, one of these days when you go to Sierra Leone and I'm in Liberia at the same time, you got to cross the border and come into Liberia and hang out with me in Liberia.
I will. You just tell me whenever. You just let me know. I'll be back. So I'll be back in Liberia. I'll be back in Sierra Leone in April.
Okay.
After that, I probably won't be back until maybe October, November. Then I'll be there October, November. I'm so jet lagged. October, November, December, and January.
So it's probably gonna be around that October, November.
And in fact, I'll be in Liberia in December because it's gonna be the 200-year anniversary, January 5th. Providence Island will be 200-year anniversary.
Okay. That's what
I'm gonna be there for that. I'll be there for that. In fact, I'm bringing a group for that.
Good. Maybe we can figure out a way to connect. I'll definitely be there.
Okay.
The weather's nice in December too. No, it's not like
rainy season.
Right.
How's
So
rainy season in Liberia?
it's more rain. We get more rain in Liberia than Sierra Leone. I know
Okay.
because we're right there. Monrovia is the rainiest capital on the planet. If you look
Oh
it up,
wow.
we get more rainfall than anywhere else. You see, so look, the 1/5 of the land mass of Liberia is lowland, meaning swamp. Okay, which
Right.
is perfect condition for agriculture
Uh,
if you figure out how to control the water and how to lay things out. So
right.
I'm telling you, man, the feeding people
Hmm.
is that's where it's at. We were enslaved because we had the knowledge. Okay,
Right.
that's what it was. We were the so-called rice coast. So, and we made South Carolina a very rich colony because our women that were enslaved braided rice grains in their hair because so they could grow rice wherever they were going. So it's. But anyway, that's all I had to say. So I just wanted to check in.
Let me ask you this, Great African. What are your thoughts? So, we're speaking about agriculture and farming.
Yeah,
Bill Gates is now the number one. I think he owns the most farmland either in the world or in America now.
correct. So
What are your thoughts on that? Like,
because he sees and understands that the world has to eat. They're talking
right,
about alternative to how to create like things like meat, chemically to create something that tastes like meat because they
right,
know that in the future there's going to be a shortage. Okay, so the scramble for like if you think Bill Gates is doing, look at what Chinese are doing. They're buying up a whole lot of land in Brazil. They're buying a
uh,
lot of land in Africa. They're not buying any land in Liberia or Sierra Leone. Okay,
right,
this is preserved for us. These are
right,
countries that were founded by enslaved Africans. Okay,
right,
you know about the black people who fought in the Revolutionary War in the United States against the so-called rebels, right? And they were
right.
evacuated to Nova Scotia. 14 shiploads of them went to Sierra Leone. We know about that. Okay, then we know about the fact of black people leaving America 1822. We used to have it, when I was in school, we had a song back in 1822, across from the sea, a kingdom ship with pioneers was seeking liberty. They found in Liberia, land of liberty, what a place to be, President Tubman. You know what I'm saying? So this is the stuff that we grew up with.
Oh
so
man. Uh,
yeah, so I mean, so look, if you we just this those two sister countries were founded and preserved for us. And they say that our constitution is the most racist in the world. But the fact is, we needed to have something. Okay. And I can tell you that there's not a Liberian that I know of who does not have access to land.
mhm.
Okay. But but the thing about it is we got to develop it. That's what it is. So I mean, I really encourage that obviously between those two countries, you have the Caribbean on steroids. Okay, we have
Right.
waterfalls, we got white sand beaches, we have all of that there. All of that can be
You
developed.
know what's funny, Great African? So a friend of mine said Sierra Leone, if you take Nigeria and the Caribbean and they had a baby, you'll get Sierra Leone.
Yeah,
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 yeah. Sierra Leone. So here's the thing: Sierra Leone and Nigeria, some of the most resourceful people. Okay,
right,
obviously we know about Nigerians, like you said before. I've never met a broke Nigerian. Okay,
right,
so that's basically what we're dealing with. Sierra Leone, they're sharp. They're actually a few years. We had the same parallel history with Liberia, and they're about 5 to 10 years ahead of Liberia in terms of government and even infrastructure, things like that. But we're coming along too. Okay,
right.
so yeah. I mean, I think if we find a way to figure out an investment vehicle and to invest in profitable businesses or help businesses get profitable, whatever it is, I mean, we're gonna be doing good. It's not gonna take a lot of people. See, what's gonna happen is it's probably gonna take about 200 committed people who are willing to put some money behind something to invest. When a
Right.
Chinese person or an Indian or a Lebanese goes to our countries, they have a community there waiting for them to get their money to
Right.
start something. Somebody can be flat broke when they arrive. They're like, okay, here's the deal. This is what you got to do. We're going to get you a little shop that you can rent. We're going to front you all the goods. And then within 3 to 4 years, they're rich.
Right.
Okay. But what are we doing? We're just complaining about, oh, the Chinese and the Lebanese and the this and the that. And we live in the richest country in the world.
Right.
Okay. So how do we pool our resources? Can we come up with $1,000 a year to invest in Africa? You know, can you do that? That's what it comes down to. But before you do that, we got to figure out a way that you can do that reasonably safe, right? In something. So that's what I'm researching now. So I'm just putting it out there. If anybody is in that type of
Well, yeah, but Great Africa, let's me and you, we could definitely work on that together, because I want to put together a trust, you know, and we can focus on Liberia and Sierra Leone. Because I mean, I just, again, to this, I still don't understand how, and again, people are going to say that I'm hating on Ghana. I'm not hating on Ghana, but I still don't understand how Liberia and Sierra Leone, how these two countries are overlooked and people are focusing on Ghana. Now it's Rwanda and Tanzania. And I'm just like, these two countries were established by Black Americans.
Right.
Yeah. I don't get it. So I'm down.
And it's like this: first movers advantage. It's under the radar. It's to your advantage as a Black American to look at Liberia and Sierra Leone. It's to your advantage because why? You can get 1 acres of beachfront property maybe for $10,000 in any one of these countries.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because it's under the radar, really under the radar, you know. And from what I understand now, like the road between Liberia and Sierra Leone has been fixed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It is. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean that's beautiful. That's trade and commerce. I just connected with a guy from Sierra Leone who actually manufactures palm oil processing mill, rice trasher, all of those things. And my concern was, how do I get this stuff over the border? And the road is fixed already. You see what I'm saying? So these are all ways, like we have to figure out how to trade. Like Africa doesn't trade with each other. We trade with everybody else. So we as Black people, just know Liberia, Sierra Leone, that's your home. That's where your ancestors landed, and it was founded and preserved for you. And it's enshrined in the Constitution.
Somebody said the reason Sierra Leone and Liberia fall behind is bad leadership. I just think the Chinese, Lebanese leadership, excuses are excuses. Like it's not stopping you from going there and investing.
No, those are excuses because, like, if you're doing something, you have to do something. I mean, you can't depend on leaders. Okay, like I can't depend on Trump to be successful in America. Okay, mm-hmm. I can't depend on Clinton or whoever else, right? You have to. It's based on what you want to do. But yes, definitely, poor leadership is part of it. Some of the leaders sold out to sell their people out with bad agreements. Right. Guess what? That's all over Africa. The thing in Liberia is the most you can do is lease. So you can never own it. Like they can't sell the country. Literally, cannot sell the country out to white people or Chinese people because it's illegal. Okay, that's it. And they can come up with like different agreements. But if you go there as a Black person, you will be able to do some things. You're going to be able to own land. You're going to be able to get citizenship. You're going to be able to do a lot of things. But you got to be organized. You got to come correct. You can't come in there thinking about, what are they going to do for me? You know what I'm saying? So we just have to figure out how to organize.
Right, absolutely.
But let's be in touch, bro. Let's be in touch. I think.
Yeah. Let's talk, man. Cause I want to get this set up, and I want to do it the right way. But it needs to be done. I think Liberia and Sierra Leone, man. I don't understand why the diaspora is overlooking it and neglecting Liberia and Sierra Leone.
They are. But when we start doing things, then they're going to start seeing it. They're going to start, because guess what? Those You're actually closer to Liberia and Sierra Leone than you are to Tanzania. You know,
Well, and
you're
that's
going
what I'm trying to tell people. You're closer. Yeah, you're closer there than you are in Ghana. Like, that's the thing.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, seriously, but like I said, it takes a vision. I'm interested in, like the trust that you're talking about, how
Yeah.
we can do it and say, hey, for example, basic things like even soap. We're importing, Irish Spring soap, right?
And Dove, Dove.
Yeah,
So,
Dove. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
yeah.
And we got all this palm oil, but we just need to convert that stuff.
Yeah.
Just a small thing like a factory. Okay, one thing about Liberia and Sierra Leone, certain parts of Liberia and most of Sierra Leone have 24-hour electricity,
All
which is
right.
critical to doing any kind of manufacturing. So we have to just think of how anything that you can think of. Okay, West Africa, ECOWAS population is nearly 400 million. Okay,
Right.
so that's your market, and you can trade within that. So for me, you know what? We all have a short time on Earth, so my focus is how do I produce, $60 million worth of rice a year. That's
Right.
my goal, and we need to get to go to that level. So I think I've talked enough, man. You know, let's be in touch.
All right, for sure. All right, brother.
All right, take care.
Peace. All right, guys. We'll take another caller again. If you want to call in, email is uhuru@searchforhuru.com. Uhuru@searchforhuru.com. If you would like to call in, send me an email and I will send you the link again. Uhuru at search for uhuru.com. Uhuru at search for uhuru.com. Yeah, all that land and they import food. I don't understand it either. If someone can make sense of it, if someone can make sense of how you have all this farmland but still import food, if somebody can explain the science behind that, I would greatly appreciate it. So we'll take one more caller, then we'll log out. Again, guys, hit that like button. Please hit that like button. Also, to tour April 21st to the 30th. April 21st to the 30th. Guys, Bitcoin is still going to go up. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about Bitcoin. It's going up. April 21st to the 30th. April 21st to the 30th. Sierra Leone, hit me up. Email me. Uhuru at searchforwho.com. Uhuru at searchforwho.com if you are interested in the tour. All right, we don't have any more callers. We'll go ahead and log out and close out. If we don't have any more callers, I'll wait one more minute or so. And like I said, we'll go ahead and close out. Show what on the screen, Miss Matilda? Uhuru at searchforwho.com. Please email me if you would like to call in. Uhuru at searchforwho.com. Go ahead and send me an email, and I will send you the link. Here we go. Mufasa says, don't have the machinery to be as productive as they are in the West, so the West can make it cheaper and more volume. He has a point, but that's why Africa needs to industrialize, and that will solve that. Sometimes farming is not seen as getting rich, so it is overlooked. You have a point there. It's not as sexy as other industries, as people will say, but Bill Gates is now the #1 owner of farmland in America. And I think maybe the world, but for sure America. So that should tell you something right there. Again, that should tell you something right there. How do you email? My phone won't let me. No, send me email. Go to your email address, send me email, and I'll send you the link. So I'll wait a couple minutes, and then we're gonna go ahead and close out. Then we'll go ahead and close out. But yeah, like I said, had a great time in Sierra Leone. It was a beautiful experience. It's a blessing. As you guys know, I've been on this journey, this search for a guru, for 11 years now. Again, I've been on it for 11 years now. And in that period, to obtain my Nigerian citizenship, my Sierra Leonean citizenship, it's definitely a blessing. We have the money in Africa. No, but see, the problem with Mufasa, like you said, it needs to be directed to growth in agriculture. Yeah, you're right. And the issue is, just like here in America, Black folks will find millions of dollars to build a church, but for some reason can't find money to build a factory. Again, we'll find millions of dollars to build churches, but I can't find any money to build a factory. Yes, I'm going to be working with Chef Fode. I know with the tour, he's definitely going to be a part of that. So yeah, definitely working on that. So, all right, guys, we're going to close out. We will go ahead and close out, everyone. But everyone, thank you so much for joining. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Again, please share the content. Until next time, family, Dynasty Marriage Search for Guru. Peace.